Hello, welcome to this tutorial, which is meant to offer some advice as to how to master, improve your competence in dealing with a particular Cambridge um, exercise entitled Keyword Transformations. Well, here is the key word, and the whole idea is that you're given a sentence, and then you're given a second sentence in which you are meant to use the keyword. You can add words between 3 and 6 words to be exact, and you're meant to then rewrite the sentence, paraphrase the sentence using the word given, but without changing that word. So first we're going to start with C1 level, that is Cambridge Advanced level. And what we see here in the example exercise is the sentence reads, "There is a strong possibility that this species of rhino will become extinct." Now the word you're given is danger, and the sentence is rewritten starting with, "This species of rhino," and then the answer here is in danger of becoming extinct. So basically what we're looking for are synonyms matching our keyword with the original sentence. So here, a strong possibility, become extinct. Well, if you have to use the word danger, then one could write it as this species is in danger of becoming extinct. Now let's look at another one. Simon doesn't agree with me about which slogan is best for the campaign. Now the key word is difference. Okay, so what we're looking for is doesn't agree with me and a phrase using the word difference that has this meaning. Simon and I have a difference of opinion over which slogan is best for the campaign. To have a difference of opinion is another way of saying to not agree with someone. So again, we're looking for synonyms. We are rewriting, paraphrasing, and what Cambridge is testing is pure vocabulary in this instance. The next reads, Jane's lawyer suggested that she ignored all the reporters. I think this is a strange formation here. I would write, Jane's lawyer suggested that she ignore all the reporters. But okay, this is how it appears in the example. We're meant to use the word attention. So if you think about it, what's another way of saying to ignore someone using the word attention? Jane's lawyers advised not paying any attention to all the reporters, or Jane's lawyer advised her not to pay attention to all the reporters. In English, you pay attention to someone, and that's another way of saying to ignore. To not pay attention is to ignore. Another example, I doubt that Simon will lend us the money. Okay, I doubt, and you need to use the word chance. I think, blank, Simon lending the money to us. Well, the clear answer would be, I think there is a little chance of Simon lending the money to us. That's another way of saying, I doubt. There is little chance. There is a slim chance of this happening. Again, with the idea of doubt. Signing the contract without the director's approval is not allowed. Okay, we're looking for a synonym for something not being allowed or permitted, using the word circumstances and the word under. Well, if you've read any sort of official English, you'd likely have come across this phrase. Under no circumstances are you to sign the contract without the director's approval. Under no circumstances should one sign the contract without the director's approval. Basically, what we need is under no circumstances. That has the meaning of something not being allowed. It looks as if, sorry, I've just given the answer away. It looks like you didn't sleep well last night, and we need to use the word if. Well, it looks like, again, another way to say that, you look as if you didn't get much sleep last night. To look as if is another way of saying to look like or to appear. And here we're going to use the same past tense as is given in the original. You didn't get much sleep. You didn't sleep well. Why? Because that's what's given in the original. My advice here is not to change the original sentence unnecessarily. The only thing you're meant to change is you need to find the synonym. To look like, to appear, with the word if, to look as if. And the rest should be basically as similar as possible to the original. Another example. I don't believe that Jane ran that distance in only 5 minutes. We need to use the word possibly. All right, if we don't believe that it is possible, or we don't believe that something happened, another way of saying this is, Jane can't possibly have run that distance in only 5 minutes, or Jane couldn't possibly have run that distance in only 5 minutes. Now, that's another way of saying you don't believe that it is possible. You don't believe it could have happened. It can't have happened. It can't possibly have happened. And this is our synonym. Mr. Smith was well known as a bad-tempered man, but he was also fair. Now we need to use the word reputation. So if someone is or was well known as something, another way of saying that is you have a reputation as something, being something. We need to use the word despite. Cambridge is testing not only vocabulary here, synonyms, but grammar as well. And after the word despite, in this case, we could write, despite having a reputation for being bad-tempered, Mr. Smith was also fair. Or, despite his reputation as being bad-tempered or for being bad-tempered, Mr. Smith was also fair. Now, this is the formulation using the word despite. Technically, this is called a gerund. And if you're curious about what a gerund is, G-E-R-U-N-D, well, look it up. Do a bit of research. In any case, this is the kind of construction we need with the word reputation and well-known. Okay, I thought Sue's original plan was to move to Australia. We need to use the word impression. So I thought, well, another way to say if you think something, you are under the impression that something is so. Now here it's past tense. Why? Because there it is. I thought Sue's original plan was, past tense, to move to Australia. Thus, I was under the impression that Sue was originally planning to move to Australia. Again, past tense, and to be under the impression is to think something. These are synonyms. Now, let's step it up a level and try C2 level, that is proficiency. The original sentence reads, as far as I'm aware, he's telling the truth. We need to use the word suppose and he's lying. And the whole idea is to synonymize or paraphrase, rewrite, as far as I'm aware. Well, I've got no reason to suppose that he's lying. I suppose you could also write, I've got no grounds to suppose that he's lying. But if you have no reason to suppose that something is so, that's another way of saying, as far as I'm aware. The weather forecast says It will probably rain tonight. Okay, so threat. And we're talking about the weather. And we're talking about rain in this case. And if you've lived in the Netherlands for any length of time, you'll know that in English, we talk about a threat of rain. Of course, this could also apply to living anywhere in the UK as well, I suppose, where it does tend to rain fairly often. The weather forecast says there is a threat of rain tonight, or says that there is a threat of rain tonight. Again, this is a sort of phrase in English, a threat of rain. Means it will probably rain. Okay, so this is C2 level English. They're testing a bit more, let's think, perhaps obscure idiomatic language. If it rains, again with rain, if it rains, they will hold the concert indoors. Okay, now here we're looking for if something happens. We're looking for a conditional dealing with the word event. The concert, in the, and then the word rain. Well, the concert will be held indoors in the event of rain. Now, this is a bit complex. Again, this is the highest level of English that's tested. Why is this complex and rather challenging? Because first, you need to use a passive voice. So instead of actively saying they will hold the concert indoors, we've started with the object of the sentence, the concert. The concert will be held indoors. So not only are we testing grammar here, that is passive voice, but we're also testing vocabulary. If, in the event of. This is another way to form a conditional sentence. Here we've got, in his autobiography, the famous singer did not mention how his first teacher had influenced him. All right, now this is pretty much just testing vocabulary. So we've got basically the same phrase here. In his autobiography, the famous singer of his first teacher. And we need to use the word reference as another way of saying to mention or not mention. Okay, mention, reference, of. In his autobiography, the famous singer made no reference to the influence of his first teacher. If you make reference or make a reference to someone or something, you mention someone or something. Again, synonyms. Okay. It was a great surprise to us when Anna arrived punctually yesterday. Now, they've changed the word arrived, a past tense verb, to arrival, that is a noun. And, took. Well, we're talking about surprise. So basically, Cambridge is testing whether we understand or know that surprise can be formulated in a different way using the word take. Now, here it's past tense. It was a great surprise. Took. Anna took us by surprise with her punctual arrival yesterday. Now you have to change punctually, an adverb, to punctual, an adjective, and arrived, a past tense verb, to arrival, a noun. And you need to understand that, or know ahead of time, that to take someone by surprise is another way to say surprise someone. That's a complex one. Here we've got, the thing I'd like most would be to see Igor again. More. Now here we've got the superlative most. And here we've got the comparative more. There's to see Igor again. Well, what we need to do here is show this in a comparative form. So there is nothing I would like more than to see Igor again. Nothing I'd like more. This ud is would, and this is. So if you would like this most, then there is nothing you would like more. This comparative then relates to the superlative. Okay. My two brothers don't trust each other at all. Now, complete and is. There is my two brothers. Well, if we want to say that they don't trust each other and they, at all, then there is no trust between them. There is a complete lack of trust between my two brothers. There's no trust at all, a complete lack of trust. The judge said that it was only because of the woman's age he had not sent her to jail. And we need to use the word her. And they've changed the phraseology here. The sentence construction is now different. We're still using a word from the original, but now the sentence reads, the judge said that have sent the woman to jail. Now, what Cambridge is testing here is your knowledge of what is called a third conditional. Now, let's look at the answer. The judge said that had it not been for her age, he would have sent the woman to jail. And what we're looking for is her age, the woman's age, her age. Had it not been, he would have sent. Did he send her to jail? No. Why? Because of her age. Perhaps she was very young. In any case, if you're confused or would like more information about this sort of grammar, look up third conditional and practice this. Well, I hope this has helped. This is one of the most difficult exercises that Cambridge offers, tests. And indeed, the best way to improve is just practice. Listen, read, immerse yourself in as much English as possible, because that's the best way to learn these sort of phrasings. Good luck out there.